Hello there everybody and welcome back to another episode on the Imperial SMP. So in the last episode we actually built ourselves this very lovely little starter base, and since then I actually did a just a little bit of off-camera mining. So let's begin this episode by mining this entire thing down. That has taken a lot longer than I had expected, but anyways, we have gotten so much ore. The only problem is now is that we don't really have a place to store it. I mean, we can store it inside our starter house, but this place is starting to look quite a mess with all of these chests that we got lying around filled with like a bunch of like random stuff. So I was thinking it'll probably be a good idea if we make ourselves some sort of storage build or something that we can keep all our stuff inside of. And was planning on making the build like over here. So the idea is to have the build on the side of this like mountainside and to have like the storage system itself like inside. I hope that very basic explanation gives you guys some sort of an idea of what I want to do. So I guess let's just jump straight into a time lapse and get this thing done. Alright, so we have finally finished the build and this is how it's looking like. Honestly, there's not really much to show you guys as we still got the inside to do. Yeah, there's a lot of work in here that we need to get done. So I guess let's just get started off with the ceiling. So we're going to be using some of this dark oak slabs and we're just going to be covering it all up. I have just done the ceiling and I've also done the floor as well. Now I'm just planning on what exactly I want to do with the wall that we got over here. Now for this area, I was thinking that I'll just start mining down from here as this will just be the staircase leading down into like the actual storage room itself. So I guess I'll meet up with you guys once I've done that. Alright, so here we go. So the room does look quite empty. I'm going to probably add some decoration over here and something on that side too. And like I said, I started to make a way down. And this is basically where the storage room is going to be. It's definitely going to be a bit more bigger than this, but this is all that I've mined out for now until I got bored. But I guess now we'll just head into a time lapse where I basically will just commentate everything I'm doing. So I started off by making the room a bit more wider. Next, I moved on to replacing the stone floor with some dark oak slabs. Then for the walls, I placed down some smooth quartz and some crimson logs. And lastly, I worked on the ceiling. Which brings us to this moment in time where the build has finally been done. Okay, we seem to have some visitors. Anyways, yeah, for the outside, all I've done was just add some extra detail, as you guys can see. And if we come inside, I've also added a little bit of decoration in here too. So we got some bookshelves, some lecterns, some empty chests. If we come on down, we are now in the storage room, which I think turned out better than I expected actually. I really love the color palette with the, crimson log, the dark oak and the quartz. But as you guys can see, I have started to sort out the stuff inside the chest. There are some empty item frames because I don't really know what to put inside these just yet. For the table that's in the middle of the room, you might be wondering, what are these chests here for? These are things that I don't really know where to put them, so I just left them inside here for now. But yeah, that is basically the storage room. I really do hope that you guys like it. I think it turned out great. Now it's time to move on to something else. Should we take on a raid or not? There's actually a village just over the side of the mountain and there's a village down there as well. So I'm wondering, do we want to do that? We got another banner which we can just place right over here. And now to decide whether or not we should actually do it. Let's do it. From that very successful raid, we have gotten 4 totems of undying and we also got ourselves 50 emeralds. So I guess it's now time for us to head on back and start working on the next project. My plan is to make some sort of pathway going up to the top of this mountain as I want to move the nether portal up there. I first began by removing the nether portal as it was in my way. Then started to make some sort of structure for the path that will lead straight up the mountain. After that, I terraformed the surrounding areas with some dirt to make it look a bit more natural. And lastly, just added some spruce slabs to make walking up the path much easier. I then realized that I actually didn't like the way the path looked like, as it was a bit sharp. So I decided to fix it by making a path that goes somewhat straight up the mountain. And once that was done, I also got rid of a bunch of extra layers of dirt at the top. As you guys can see, the path that leads all the way up to the mountain has finally been made. So up here, I am planning on building a nether portal. So inside the shulker box, I have collected some of the materials that we're going to be using. And unfortunately, the Bright Ideas shop is actually out of end rods, which means we gotta go and get our own. But while we are here in the shopping district, I may as well grab myself some free materials. So we're going to need a bunch of glass for this nether portal build, so I may as well take a bunch of glass which doesn't fit in our shulker box, so I'll just leave it in my inventory. As well as glass, we're going to be needing some purple dye. But it seems like it's sold out. But to make purple dye, we're just going to be needing some blue and red flowers. So after a bunch of flower collecting, I have got myself over 2 stacks of purple dye, which I hope is going to be enough for all the purple glass that we're going to be using for the nether portal build. Now it's time for us to get some end rods. So let's just head inside the portal. Wow, this place is looking really cool and a bit scary. Oh no. I have gotten 24 slime balls from that. But anyways, a quick shout out to Sev. She's the one who actually did this, and I must say it looks really good. So I actually paid a visit to the Enderman farm and healed up some of my tools and my armor. So it's now time for us to head inside the gateways and hopefully find an Ender City. Okay, so after a bit of flying, I have finally came across an NCE and there definitely seems to be some end rods here. So let's just start collecting a bunch of these. I think that I have finally gotten all the materials that I'll be using for this nether portal build, which I'm planning on building right over here. This build is from a tutorial, the link will be in the description below, but I did try my best to change it up a bit and add my own personal touch. So without any further ado, let's just head straight into a time lapse. Alright, so I have finally finished the nether portal, so let's just make our way up the mountain. And as you guys can see, the nether portal has finally been finished. Look how cool this thing looks. So compared to the tutorial, I actually used some of this tough block and some of these cobble deep slate stairs instead of stone. And instead of using chains alongside here, I decided to go with the crimson fences, and I also added some buttons on top of these glass blocks. I also added some along the chain over here and some crimson trapdoors as well. I definitely feel like adding a crimson accent to the nether portal definitely makes it tie in with the builds that we got going on over here. Now to finish off the portal, all we gotta do is light it up. I just finished lighting up the portal and honestly, I just want to stare at this all day. I think it looks so good. But it is time for us to head into the nether and sort out the portal on that side. The plan inside the nether is to move the nether portal onto the nether roof, and to do that I think we need to mine up to some bedrock. Okay, so I basically killed a zombie pigman over here, and I did not expect another one to come up from behind me and take me out, but at least we had our totem of undying, which meant that... Can you see the 0 by my name? It basically counts the deaths that we have in the server, and I really want to keep that 0. No specific reason at all, I just want to seem really cool. Okay, so this block right here is actually a Y127, so I guess we just need to place down some ladders and make our way up. And if I remember correctly, all we gotta do is just throw the ender pearl through here. I'm a bit nervous, but let's do this. So the portal over there actually leads to the campsite area. If you watched episode 1, that's basically where it leads us to. This block right here was actually where the nether portal was when it was down at the bottom. So I think we should actually build up the portal and see if it actually leads us back home. And it seems like it does lead us exactly back. Okay, that's great. Since the portal is working all fine, it's now time for us to break this bedrock over here. So this is the way that we came up. So I think we should probably mark it and then we can get rid of this netherrack. The way that we do this is that we have to place down some obsidian and some obsidian on this side as well. A lever would go right over here and think 2 pieces of TNT go just like this. Now we break the torch and add a piston over here. We place down a trapdoor which will make us go underneath like this, and now that we're here, I think I've forgotten what we're going to be doing next. Alright guys, I am back. So I just realized what I actually need to do. I need to press on this lever, then I need to go underneath like this and then spam click this corner. Alright, so let's quickly do this. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, I've messed up. Okay. So we are finally back. I got myself a bunch more TNT and I'm hoping that this time it actually works. So I should be standing over here so I don't get hit by the piston. And let's press this like this, head down and spam this corner. I'm spamming it. And it worked. Oh my god, okay. And to make this place a bit more obvious, I'll just place some torches around. The pool over here definitely looks a lot less detailed than the pool that we have in the overworld. But for this episode, I think that's going to be all it for now. I really did hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, drop a like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.